Hi folks, it's me again, Don Schaefer. I'm happy and excited to be with you once again because we're going through a series right now, and I'm hoping that you're tagging on with this because it kind of deals with a tag. Not ready for a toe tag yet is what we're calling this series, and that's where a lot of times people get into the thought process believing that they've come to the end of the line, that they've tried different areas of their life and they haven't succeeded, or they have achieved different areas of life, and then they suddenly feel that, this is it. This is it, this is all that's wanted for me, and I'm just going to sit back and just let life go by. Well, the way our makeup is we were designed to be used until the very end. The saying that I always like using is, we are not meant to rust out, we are meant to wear out. So it doesn't matter what age you are, what condition you're in, or financial, whatever the circumstances might be, there is still place for you in this world, and there still is opportunity for great things to happen in your life. And if you can look at life in a way where the best days are in front of you, it tends to make you get excited about yourself and the possibilities that you have. And we're hoping in this upcoming year to stir up some of these thoughts, some of these ideas to get you moving and get you excited about life and get you producing and getting you to be a person of great value to yourself, your family, your friends, and to all of those who might come after you. And last week we talked a little bit about nothing can stop you. And that's an interesting statement, because a lot of times we say, well, there's all kinds of things that can stop me. But in reality, the only person that really stops us is ourselves, because I believe that God has created us with a purpose in mind. And once we come into a position where we understand what that purpose might be, what God has built within us as far as our dreams and all of that, nothing can stop you except yourself. Because God will give you everything that you need to achieve everything. And I know in the good book says that with man things are impossible, but with God nothing is impossible. And it's a neat process. I know I used to work with IT group at the company I used to work for, and every once in a while I need a program for something, and I always used to tell them, as far as my computer and programming knowledge would go, that if you can think it, it can be computed and programmed. And I tell them, if I can think of something that I need, you should be able to program it. Well, it's the same thing in our lives a lot of times is, the desires and the dreams, if we can think of these things, there is a way. God can make a way. And that's where nothing is impossible for you as long as you line yourself up with the purpose that God has given you. So you can sit back and say, hey, you know what? It will happen. It will happen. But this week, I want to talk about persevere and the doors will open. I want to talk a little bit about the fact that we need to persevere. We need to persist. We need to be steadfast in the journey that we're on, in the things that we're going after in life, and try to get ourselves in a position where we are going to seek and we're going to knock on every door we possibly can in the areas pertaining to our desires, dreams, and purpose, and wait for a door to open, and they will open. It's interesting in life. A lot of times, I think it's by design that we're set up in a way where our Creator has got us to the point where He wants to see how many doors we're willing to knock on. He wants to see how many doors we're willing to come up that will not open, because He will have a door that will open for you. And that's where you need to be persistent in what you're doing and not give up on that. See, I'm very proud of my father. Very sad to say, my mother passed away last May, but together they had a ministry, probably for maybe 30-some years, of praying with people, and primarily people who had cancers and had miraculous healings. God has really worked through them in their ministry. Well, my mother passed away last May, and my father, he had options, but he has decided to continue on. Continue on in the ministry, continue on in praying and reaching out to people in that way. And he's getting phone calls and people are visiting him. 88 years old, and he's also right now he's working a recumbent bike. He's working an exercise bike. He's trying to get his lungs in condition. You know, he says, man, this is tough. He does this a couple times a week. So he's taking care of himself. You know, because he realizes that, you know, for him to fulfill his purpose, he needs to be well enough to do it. And, you know, and that's where it comes into our lives. You know, we need to persevere. We need to make sure that we're physically what we need to be, the best that we can be. We need to make sure that, you know, our understanding, our thought process, everything is where it needs to be. Spiritually, we need to be where we need to be. Because, you know, opportunities only come to those who are prepared to receive them. And there's great opportunities in life, great opportunities that can get us excited about life and the things we do. But they will only come to us if we're ready to receive them. That's why I don't see great building projects and monies, and just as an example now, coming to people who don't know how to handle money and are very poor and all this. They're not prepared to handle areas in life. And that's why I want to encourage you to persevere, you know, and to continue seeking and knocking on doors in different areas of your life, because he is excited about you. He has created you and covered you with all of his glory and honor. And he's wanting to see greatness in your life. But it's up to you to go after it. And that's where there is no time to quit on life until the final breath is breathed. I believe that even on a deathbed, there's purpose going on. And that's where I want to encourage you. And I want to thank you for all the good response that you've been given towards me. And you continue having yourself a wonderful life. And I will see you again next week. Thank you.